until it happens.
So if you lot would have realised what just happened, so we was talking for about 25 minutes, but 25 minutes you lot will never see, because the camera wasn't rolling and the mic.
The camera weren't rolling for real. Oh my days.
Bad, isn't it? But because obviously when Dan come in, he was doing this, and I thought.
If you were looking for a red light, I could have told you that for free. It's not running.
Yeah.
I just thought the camera's so like, wow, it doesn't even have a red light. Like it's just amazing.
God, we covered so much. We was talking about getting beaten in childhood,
It's fine.
mums, dads, and then obviously Hebz brought our snacks in as well. Just to give you a summary, quick. We're just gonna give you a summary.
I basically stole my son's snacks.
This mother stole her son's snacks.
Basically, I wanted to make sure I don't come in empty-handed.
That's true. I know.
I can replace those snacks. He's not with me at the moment, so he's not in my care. He's with his dad for the next couple of days.
That's
so
right.
I got time to redeem myself. Act like it didn't
Your
happen.
son's gonna come back and go, Mum, where's the snacks?
He don't even remember, man. He's just like a fat kid like me, where he's just like, food, okay, gets distracted. Like, Khalil, do you want crisps? Okay.
Oh my God.
But it's all good.
I'm telling you. So we was, and then we went on to talk about the Tinder Swindler dating, because obviously Hebz has been.
I mean, I don't know why you're doing this. Like, we're not going to go through it. I don't even know why you're explaining it. We should have just started
dating
running.
apps.
Yeah.
You've been on Mismatch.
So yeah, shout out to Mismatch. Thank you guys for allowing me to meet several guys and still not go anywhere. So, but I'm still hoping for some sort of sponsor or some sort of collaboration with Mismatch, and maybe you guys can find me a husband for real, because some of these guys ain't serious about life. Yeah, I've had my interesting experiences of online dating.
What are you looking for in a man?
God damn.
Religious, obviously.
So yeah, he has to be Muslim and practicing. So when I say practicing, I don't mean he has to be a scholar, some like ridiculously pious guy, but someone who is genuinely understanding his purpose in life and trying to be the better man that he can be, and continue to want to like learn more about faith.
Yeah.
So some people are like, oh yeah, I'm Muslim, but then they don't have any intention to learn or grow. They're just Muslim by default. And then there's brothers who are like, oh, you're not really Muslim because you don't cover.
So you gotta stay away from.
Well, yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Because like, learn more about a person's purpose. Like, it's not just about covering; it's about everything else.
Because that's a choice thing, isn't it?
Nah, you have to. Cover.
You have to.
Yeah. There's no, but to me, it's a journey. So what people forget about is that everything takes its time. So the person who's now reached their peak of piousness or whatever stage they're at in life, they expect everyone to be on that same page. But you've just got there, and it's taking you 30 years, 20 years to get there. Understand that someone else is battling with other things, and they'll eventually get there. But you can help lift them, but don't judge them about it, because you wouldn't have liked it. Someone judged you and said, well, you're not really Muslim because like you're still smoking weed, or you're still not Muslim because you're not praying 5 times a day. Like it's all journey, and you're always being tested, and faith fluctuates based on your current circumstances, your environment. Like if you face death, like someone in your family dies, you might withdraw from faith because you're angry at God, which you shouldn't be. But you go through a process of grieving, so you can't assume you're always going to be this best human being at all times.
Yeah.
Other requirements of a man. So I'm 5'8". Please be taller.
Do they have to be taller?
So
why is it a problem if they're the same height?
So firstly, I have big hands, guys. I have big hands. But we're not going to do this right now, because just let everyone realize how big my hands are. I was going to say put my hand against yours. Honestly, I got bigger hands than you. I can tell you that for free.
Oh, that's rude.
No, swear down. Like, see, I've won. But as in, I don't want to feel like I'm holding my child's hand. I want to feel like he's got me.
Ross.
Sorry, I just realised.
Oh my days.
But you got a wife and you're good.
Me a child.
No, I said I don't want to feel like I'm holding my child's hand. And I've been there before, where some guy, I wanted to ignore his hands, but they were tiny.
So what you say? You started swinging them like that, and
nah. So we were crossing the road. I was literally telling my boy this the other day. I was crossing the road with him. He held my hand. I felt like I was helping him cross the road. I was like, "Come on, Khalil." Oh no, it's not Khalil. It's potentially someone of some purpose. It didn't last long. I couldn't get over it.
Really?
I couldn't get over it. The height part.
Were they bigger than? Were they taller than you?
They were my height, and I didn't mind because they had a presence about them. Like, so when I talk about height and I fix it on height, it's about presence. So as long as your presence is there, and I feel safe around you, I feel I can be vulnerable around you, then I don't really care about your height. Like, but I can't do someone shorter than me. That's like a complete discrimination on my end. Someone who cares about their fitness, but not necessarily like ripped or wham. I don't care for that. I care that you're looking after your mental well-being and your physical well-being, and you understand the importance of like taking up a sport, like even just getting away from the relationship. Like when I'm speaking about marriage, so you can't be in each other's pockets all the time. So someone who's able to like use his time effectively to de-stress, aside from obviously together, but like being able to go out and play with the boys, football, boxing, whatever it is you want to do, go to the gym, go for a run, yeah, just someone who I believe there's another Hebz, a male Hebz out there who's funny but not as funny as me. He's cool and just chill and just
Just look down the camera and just say,
no, we're not doing
you
that.
do it.
We're not doing that.
Do it.
Please. No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. But
Do you know where people are going to be watching this, writing down notes? All right,
do you know what? I'm not like, and someone who's got ambition, and I don't mean someone who's got like a flipping Porsche and a Lamborghini or whatever. No, because I've had those guys who've been on my case and they want to wife me, they want to do whatever, but the chemistry's missing, or the authenticity of like.
It's just, does it seem like it's about money more than anything?
No, some of them happen to be in a very successful position, and I knew what my life could be like, but I don't feel like the connection was there, or like their faith was. They didn't really care. It was just very much like, it's kind of what it is. So I can't overlook them and go, but you know, at least I get to have my own Lamborghini. I don't care. Like that stuff fades. So, but ambitious in the sense that you're always going to be thinking on your feet. You're always going to know how to get yourself out of a situation. You're always going to know how to, you don't like staying complacent for too long. We can all go on pause for a little bit and go neutral for a little bit. But you know, whenever you need to lift up a situation, you got this, and it's in you to do it. Whereas some people just like to be complacent all the time, and it's no disrespect to them, but it's just not for me.
I hear that. But obviously with the dating apps, because obviously with
finesses.
The Tinder Swindler finesses,
Jesus,
that's what I'm gonna call it, the Tinder Swindler finesses. Do you do background checks like proper on someone when you're chatting to them? Not just when you're speaking to them, but you try and find out a bit about them. Because I was looking at this the other day on a live, and they were like, like background checks are necessary. But LinkedIn, if you got LinkedIn, just they're saying that's going to get searched.
Yeah. When they say to me, I don't have Instagram, I got Snap, I'm like, get out of here. How old are we? 15? Go away. If you don't have Instagram, you don't have LinkedIn, but you got Snapchat, and you're a whole grown human being, nah.
What if they said they got Facebook? That's it.
Facebook, what kind of uncle are you? Sorry, I've not touched my Facebook. It's gathering dust, literally layers of dust. I have no idea how to navigate through it. It's been changed so many times. I think I'm still married on Facebook. I've been split for 5 years, going on 6.
When the anniversaries come up, wow, congratulations, Hebz.
Yeah, that's something that I don't think not everyone's clocked I'm divorced. I don't put it out there. I'm not that emotional woman who goes, oh my God, it's over. delete. It's like, yeah, whatever, man. Keep it stepping. But what was I going to say to you? Yeah, so I do. So I've met a few guys, or I've come across, not physically met, come across a few guys on Mismatch and other dating apps like Salams or Hinge, but mainly on Mismatch, the corporates. I don't know why they are going on Mismatch. Yeah, it must be trending in-house, but quite a few guys in prison. And I'm like, for what though, fam? Like,
yeah, what are you in there for first?
Listen, so just for the record, I'm not judging anyone, but it's your decisions in life. It's your L, so you deal with it. Whatever growth you get in prison, that's for you. Reformed, I'm so happy for you. But that's a you problem. I have no intention to get to know guys in prison.
Certain things can be red flags.
Well, no, as in I just don't care. Like the fact that you're in prison, I have no interest because I'm trying to move in life now, and then but I'm curious, innit? So I'm a people's person, so let me learn more about you. So I start asking them, what are you in prison for? The first thing is I'm not really proud of it. Obviously, no one's really proud of it. If you are proud of it, then you wouldn't be here trying to like reform your life. Then they tell me like firearms, got involved in a techie situation where someone died in. I'm like, excellent, blood on your hands. Again, I'm not judging anyone. We all got our past. But or like some fraud, but it's usually firearms and drugs. And I'm like, okay. Then they're like, oh yes, I got 5 more years. I'm like, oh, excellent. Some guy didn't even want to tell me he was in prison because he had it really well. He had his old gym pictures up, which because he's been in and out of prison a few times. And then every time he said he lived in the area that I was always going past, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm here. He's like, I'm not in at the moment. I'm like, this is getting a bit suspect. He went, oh yeah, I gotta let you know I'm in prison. I'm like, this is the first time I realized guys are really on mismatch who are in prison. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not here for it. So now I just ask all these questions. If I feel like the pictures are looking a bit dodge, I'm like, okay, so which prison are you in? They're like, huh? I'm like, how do you know? And I'm just like, because you got the starter pack for a mismatched prisoner. So and they'll be like, oh yeah, you're too fast, man. And they'll open up. And then they're like, oh yeah, I got a license for another 10 years afterwards. And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to travel
But
the
you know
world.
what though? Sometimes those conversations that you have with them, you actually might be helping them because they might just be talking to someone to. As bad as it sounds, past time.
That's cute. But nah, boo, I'm trying to get married. Like I'm not trying to create a pen pal friendship. Nah, I'm sure there's apps for prisoners to connect with outside people, and there's these women who are absolutely comfortable to wait 10 years for their man, or future man when they finally come out. Not for me. I'm trying to find you now. I'm trying to be like, I want to see the world of you, not FaceTime you the world while you're stuck because you're on tag. No, I'm good. I think also okay, so I've met a lot of guys who reform. So just for the record, I'm not cussing anyone who's got a criminal record or whatever. Everyone's got their past on different levels. And there's so many guys who reform themselves that I've met after that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about their past, and it comes out afterwards, and I would never have guessed because they've reformed so much and they're doing so good that I admire what they do. But had I met them in a past life and they're trying to pursue something with me, I would have been like, nah, not for me, my G, because I've spent so hard trying to make my life right and trying to do good and earn halal money and trying to do things correct, that I can't just simply accept that some guy's going to come out of prison and be like, yeah, we're going to live our benefits, and I'm going to get a couple of racks here and there, and don't worry, I got you. I think I deserve better than that. Come on, multitask.
Donovan is on his way.
Swear down.
Yeah, he's on the train. Few stops. No worries. We're here.
Donnie.
We're here. We are here.
We're here. Come back.
Just come through. Yeah, Donnie's coming. Donnie's running a bit late. That's what I had to check.
But yes, I just feel like, and it is like shit happens, life happens. I'm not gonna chastise anyone for it, but I have a decision to make. If I feel like I've worked really hard and I need someone who's ambitious, who's hardworking, who's gonna do things the halal way, or whatever, I'm alright to want that for myself, and it's not to take away from someone else. I don't know why I'm defending.
Do you know what? That's good. No, that's good though, because obviously, do you know what? Let's say we took a different spin on it. Like obviously, when you come on at a few weeks ago now, innit? Like start of the year, I said the way we change our conversation on what we talk about in general. If we get, obviously we've been talking for about half hour. We got Hebz back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, yeah, I'm back.
No, we have to, because it's just. Yeah, just like I say, you meet certain people when you're doing this, and it's good conversation in it, and
I think it's important.
Genuine people.
Yeah.
Obviously, I seen the thing you put out the other day about when we done everyone was talking about the mental health thing for a week.
Yeah.
Then that was.
I had to give a massive shout out to quite a few guys, and I keep on. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to tag this person, because I like.
You know, subconsciously people are going, you didn't tag me.
I have no idea. Like if I did, honestly, there's an abundance of men right now on social platforms who are actually utilizing their voice, and I respect it so much, and I'm here for it. So
because men were getting brushed for a while for podcasts. That podcast was a red flag. I was thinking, what?
Do you know what? Because everyone's doing a podcast, innit? So people are like, oh, when I meet guys or meet people, and they're like, oh, you do a podcast? What's this whole thing about podcasting? And I'm like, all right. So first and foremost, don't generalize me. Secondly, my degree's in journalism. I've been radio hosting since I was 16. I got a background of presenting and media, plus I've been podcasting since 2017-18, so it's not like I'm not jumping on a hype. But then and I've had people go, can I jump on your podcast? I want to talk about something. Like, what do you want to talk about? Oh, anything, anything.
This one, bruv.
And I'm like, sorry, can I jump? Like they're a banker. I'm like, can I jump in your job? I really like paying the money. Like, can I just jump on? Like, just give me any money. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I'll be real with you, and I'm not, because we did have a request not a while ago, like from someone, but people local to me that I know for years have said to me like, oh, can I come on the podcast? What are we going to talk about? Oh, just be jokes, just for everyone to talk about the past.
Then make your own podcast.
make your own
So the thing
podcast.
is, I always say I don't care about numbers. The person that's coming out, I don't care about clout. I don't care about anything. I want substance. So if you said to me, Hebz, some guy approached me, you met him, Alex. So Alex, we go gym together, and you guys spoke about his hidden disability, right?
Alex is not sick guy.
Yeah.
Sick
So we
guy.
go gym together, and he obviously known about my podcast, and he approached me and said, Hebz, I want to talk about hidden disability. No, I want to come on your podcast. I went, all right, go ahead. What, like, I'm intrigued. So tell me what it is you want to do. Like, so if it's purposeful, then let's do this. And he went, you know, I have MS, this is my situation. And I'm like, yo, let's do this. I don't care about numbers.
But that's what he messaged me. I don't care about numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, if someone approaches me, I say this now, like, if you know me or you don't know me and you want to talk about something that's close to you and important to you, that I feel like is relative to my page, I can't talk about stuff that's clashing to my moral compass or whatever. But if there's something that you want to talk about, I really don't care about who you are, as long as there's a purpose.
Shout out to Callum, who does Chucky's podcast.
Yeah? What's he
Shouted
doing?
him.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him on Instagram, and then I said, like, I actually want to sit down with Callum. As
the guy
opposed,
behind the camera.
Yeah, as opposed to, I know everyone wants to talk to Chucky, but I want to sit down with Callum.
Yeah.
Because I want to chat to Callum about editing, about videos and all this. And like, because obviously people don't realise how much that guy does on that podcast. It's
I think
nuts.
also just talking about Callum as a whole person.
Yeah, he just seems like a nice guy. I've never met him, but he seems like a...
So I met him when I went on Chucky's podcast briefly with Tricky.
Yeah.
And we were both sitting next to each other on the couch for a while he was just doing editing. He does some of it live.
Sick.
And he was a cool kid, man.
Yeah.
He's good energy.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like so different. Like, obviously, especially in this, like, we can't, like, we'll go back to what we was talking about in a minute, but as you know, conversations could go like that. Let it roll. No, but we were saying, like, obviously with the podcast thing, I think, like, somebody said to me, like, so when you do a podcast and you start, it may be the first 30 episodes that you do. If you do 30 episodes, that's the point that people normally stop or carry on.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Because people expect instant results.
No,
and
man.
you can get instant results if you're willing to, like, sell out, or you're willing to just
put the money into it.
Not
In
just
some cases, promoting.
No, it's obviously if you have a good team behind you, it's about obviously the quality of work and landing in the right people's hands. But what I mean is, to get, some people do what they do like viral videos. So they'll say very outlandish stuff to get people's attention, because they know that's going to be like a trigger point. And I can't do that because it doesn't fit with me. I can't do it. So for most podcasts that will grow organically, it's about consistency. Even when you feel like you're not getting the numbers, that's fine. For me, I was going through a phase where season 1, season 2, we've had a pause now. I now will need to work on the marketing side to help ensure that this is being, like, thrown out to the right people. It's not just sitting there. Like, it's good to build enough content, because if you start being viral from episode 2, there's a lot of pressure for you to now continue and deliver. Whereas when you have, like, a whole catalogue of episodes, people can binge on you. So it's just, like, strategically, I've chosen that approach, which is I'm building, and then I'll push hard.
Like, for us, we've got loads of episodes. Like, so that's the thing. Like you say, people can watch maybe this one what we've done or another one, and then they're like, right, we can go and watch the other ones that we've got on YouTube. With the YouTube stuff, we started doing audio first, didn't it?
Yeah, I did a whole season of audio.
Yeah.
Like 40 episodes on audio.
And then we've done ours slightly differently. Like, we used to kind of categorize ours with numbers, but now it's just titles and episodes rather than, like, just call it, because we literally used to say, like, when we had no experience of doing it.
Yeah.
Like, episode 1, episode 2.
With no titles.
No, but that was a title, because we didn't understand
podcasts.
podcasts.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We was just random doing podcasts, like, just talking, and we was only really trying to appeal to, like, our friends, and, like, listen to this, it's jokes, and we just put it on. But now it's slightly different. We're trying to appeal to more people, obviously, with the mental health thing. We're talking about Hebz, Tinder Swindler, match, all of that. So we're trying to reach different sectors. But that was one of the things that I wanted to bring up. Going back to that, was obviously with, like, dating apps in general. Obviously, there's so many. So obviously, my thing is, like, considering for women, I was specifically want to talk about women for a minute. obviously you've seen like recently like the women that have been finessed, not just finessed though, but they like say the ones that have been killed, the rapes that's gone on.
There's
like,
a girl that met a guy in Bumble and ended up dead in his house or something. There
was another one that I heard about. Someone from who told me about it? Someone told me about this where they met him on a dating app. And I think this is just one of them stories that got put out in a podcast, and he's kind of just retweeted because it sounds nuts. And I saw it on Twitter, and it was the girl met the guy on a dating app. So obviously he's gone, boom, boom, boom. They've had a good night. He's been really cool. Then
she's gone back to his.
She's gone back to his house, and then they've had like a glass of wine. She's gone upstairs to the bedroom. Obviously they're about to get it on.
I feel like I know this.
Listen, so they're about to get it on.
Yeah.
But she's feeling lightheaded now. So obviously he spiked the drink. So she's sleeping, but they're saying like whatever dose he put in, it weren't strong enough. So she's woken up like half an hour later. Obviously he's nowhere to be seen. So obviously she's got up. She's like, where am I? She's gone downstairs, and you know like the serial killer thing where it's all mad.
I read that story.
Yeah.
Where he was like ready to like.
Yeah, but he had like a chop shop like set up.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then luckily she called the police and they bust the door down.
That's wild. I saw that. But unfortunately that can happen anywhere.
No, I know, but it's just sad that it happens to women. You don't hear that happen to men.
That happens a lot. I mean, it does happen.
Gay dating websites. I think they were saying that happens on men and men. But I'm saying like in terms of female males dating.
Yeah, heterosexual relationship. It's very unlikely for a woman to end up trying to kill you or spike you. You're right, unless she's a proper finesser. she's trying to get you back to his yard. So
What's that film? What's that film with where the one where she has a secret affair, and then it turns into she's like stalks him.
Oh snap! Wait,
Beyonce's in it.
Yeah.
Mad film.
It was outlandishly like cheesy as well. I was like, really, we're still watching this? Yeah, all right, we're doing this.
People watch it.
Ride it out to the end.
People watch it because Beyonce was in it. 100%. Just one of them. Trust me.
So I think you're right. I think generally speaking, in everything, like I saw a meme, not to digress, about can men stop giving unsolicited advice to women in the gym, because it only happens to women. Women tend to be, because they're the weaker physical sex, I guess, in that sense, or generally
I disagree.
speaking.
I know.
Generally speaking, men will tend, guys who prey will prey on women who are weaker.
When you say advice, what do you mean? Give me an example.
I have it
in
all
the gym.
time.
In the gym,
where a guy wants to come and tell me about how I do my I don't know, the bench press or whatever I'm doing, they'll be like, oh, so do it. I'm like, brethren.
But do you ever take the advice on, or it just depends on how the person is?
I know 9 out of 10 times this guy is just trying to get my attention or just being awkward, because you're not pulling up my guy, because most of these men in gyms, even some PTs, don't know what they're doing. So it's just like, why are you not pulling up my G over there who's doing something even worse?
Anyone can become a PT. It just depends how much work you put into it.
Well, listen, I've had people say to me, Hebz, why are you not a PT for? The way I see you in the gym, the way I've had other PTs tell me become PT. I'm like, have you seen me? Do I look like I'm a PT?
Well, you don't usually look a certain way to be a PT.
I guess so. Yeah, I've seen people.
PTs come in different shapes, sizes, and as long as they work out and
you tend to look at the final look as let's say you're choosing a PT. I'll look at a PT who's in check. If I'm looking for a woman who's curvaceous because I got curves, I'll look because I'm like, I can look like her. I can look like him. So you kind of start envisioning yourself in their frame in that sense.
I suppose it's different because I do teaching to an extent with coaching for kids. So like where a lot of kids will say to me, like they all have a big respect for me now because I've coached these kids that I coach for 4 years now. They're going into under 16s now. So their kind of thing is they know what to get with me. But obviously when I first started coaching them, they would have been like 13, 14. So obviously they were like, they didn't have a coach and they were testing me for a while. Like they're boys in it, so they were testing. Yeah. Now they kind of know. They don't get it twisted. They'll tell you if they don't like something, but you're right. I think it depends on the person.
We make an assumption. We're just, we're ignorant to an extent. So it is what it is. We ignorant. But yeah, so men give unsolicited advice to women. We get the unsolicited pics in the DMs. We get men who feel like they can touch you to get comfortable and familiar with you in public spaces. You have people who feel like they're entitled to certain things, and you have men who will, like, when you see those aggressive memes on public where women are being shouted at or handled very badly, they're like, obviously he did it to a woman, he would never do it to a man. So I think it's so easy for men to target women, and they know who to target. They know a vulnerable woman, they know someone who looks a bit whatever, like not on the gym side of things, but on a deeper level. General. They know they're not going to be, a woman who's very outspoken or whatever. They'll choose someone who's quite timid or someone who's a bit on the weaker end, because they know they can either like manipulate her. She's a bit naive. So yeah, it's very rare for women.
But it's dangerous though. Side of it. It's not, and I think you see it more from like a boy's point of view. I see it more because I have a partner. So like, if I didn't, I can't lie and say I'd be ignorant to the fact of how much danger a woman can be in. But because I have a girlfriend, and like, so she went out of her work. She went out of her work lot, but these times she's in central London, so she's got to come home on her own. So I'm like, oh, you just grab a cab, like, because she's got to come back on her own, and I don't trust like how people move at that time of the night.
But unfortunately, even Uber drivers have been known for raping victims. Thing.
So he's like,
my point is, like, it's there, it's everywhere. There's baddies everywhere. So it's just one of those things of just being as mindful as possible.
So even the one in Ireland, I think happened recently. The girl who went for a run and she got murdered on the canal. It's just like,
listen, if someone caught me running, I'll be running out of breath. He'll win.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, it is what it is, man. Unless you're gonna like try and fight my legs are strong, my arms, I'm done.
Do you think there needs to be any changes to dating apps? Like how they run?
Well, I mean, they're already doing what they're doing. Like they're making sure they're certifying the people, making sure the pictures are who they are and they're not some dodgy photos.
But do you think they should be certified? Because I haven't been on a dating app for years, obviously, but it's certified with identification. So
I think some apps have introduced it.
Yeah.
Probably not all apps, because it's all down to like data collection as well. So people will be reluctant, even if you're 30. You'll be like, I don't want to give my ID, like my passport ID, to some random app.
But do you think they can understand why they're asking for it? They should understand why they're asking for it. But then we also got dodgy IDs. Like, so what are we trying to do here? We're trying to do it.
But I think it's down to being smart, being safe. I know and I accept that I'm not gonna. So I literally sat down with my boy yesterday, and we went through the population of Muslims in London. It's 14.4% of the whole of London. 14.4. Now imagine half of those are men. We'll assume it's 50-50. Half of those men. So what's half 14?
7.
Okay, so then half.
Yeah, I tested me on camera. I was like,
so then half of that are married.
Yeah.
Then you have a fraction of them who are too old for me or too young for me. And then I'll talk about like.
So out of that fraction, we're saying 2% is available to you. So
and then there's those who are utter dummies who don't like whatever. Then there's the short ones.
You got to stop brushing the short ones, man. The bit. Wait, hang on. We need to get on to this. Do they have to? I saw your rant about a beard a couple of months ago.
Beards are beautiful. And Burna Boy just misled people into shaving off their beards. Yeah. Burna Boy's got money for that. He can stick a beard on tomorrow if he wants to. Whereas some of
does a man have to have a beard?
All right, look. If you are physically challenged because God has not blessed you with a beard, I accept it. Hold on to your hairline and pray to God He doesn't punish you with that too. But but. Yeah, if you can grow a beard, I don't know why you're defying God's blessing by cutting it off. Just grow it. It's a beautiful thing to touch.
I cut mine as well. I look 12.
That's what I'm saying. So that's another thing. Any guy that's got a beard, I need to see a photo of you without a beard. Because if one day you want to switch up and be like, oh my God, I'm going to shave it off. And then I wake up next to a whole different human being. Nah, I'm good.
Keep it or we're breaking up.
It's beard fishing. It's like a catfish vibe. I need to because you just said I look like I'm 12 without it. I'm good. I like you with your beard. Keep your beard on. Sign it part of the marital contract. Do not shave off your beard.
Yeah.
Unless it's a life-threatening situation where you need to undergo surgery. I will oil your beard for you. That's fine. I got you. Any maintenance, I got you. Just don't shave it off. So I say this to say the likelihood is for me to meet someone organically in London. Doesn't happen.
But does it have to be London though? Like, can you not meet someone who's a little bit out Surrey or? Yeah,
that's fine. But I'm saying organically, like I'm going to the supermarket, I'm going to the gym. So this is why I'm on dating apps.
Yeah.
I've added it to America, to like Europe. I got guys speaking in French, and I'm like, je m'appelle là-bas, no English, no French, and they're like, okay.
How many languages do you speak?
Arabic. That's it. I'm done.
I'm done. Chris Brown, I'm done.
Different dialects.
Yeah.
So I understand quite.
So you don't? I know. I'm just asking because obviously I thought when you said that you could start speaking French a minute there, I'm thinking another language in the bank.
No, I can say my name in different languages, and that's the lamest joke I have. Hebz.
I know. I know 4 words in German that I learned.
Oh,
that was it.
I know a sentence. I don't know if it's real though.
I'm learning Portuguese. It's pretty embarrassing. I can't speak it.
I know. Kann ich bitte ein Black Papier haben?
What
I don't know
is
if that's
that?
real. So imagine I say it again. Kann ich bitte ein Black Papier haben? This shows you how
Sounds
like aggressive
angry.
the German. Yeah. Can I please have a piece of paper?
What?
Apparently, if it's not, look, it was year 9 or year 8.
German's
days,
quite an aggressive
someone
language,
taught me
though,
it.
isn't it?
I know. I love you. I love you.
But that's English.
No, as in I imagine it in
Oh,
German
yeah.
accent. Thank you for letting me know the obvious. So in case y'all didn't know,
Ich heibe Paulo.
is
That
that
sounds
it?
so angry. My
that
name
it?
is Paulo.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Ich heibe.
They
Yeah.
need a hug. They need a hug, man.
They did.
It's alright.
No, but I'm telling you, it's like. So that's you're at a stage now, obviously, where you're looking at like marriage now. So obviously,
It's always been marriage.
It's always been. No, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying mentally now you're like. But when you was 20, you might have thought differently.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I've always been in a marriage.
Serious?
Yeah. My parents were goals. Yeah, I was like, I never belonged to the streets. Like my ex-husband, yeah.
Yeah, because I know you spoke about him.
I met
before.
him when I was 19.
Mm.
We got engaged when I was like 24. Got married when I was 28. Had my son. No. 26. Had my son when I was 28. So yeah. So it's always been a marriage flex for me. The only time I wasn't on marriage is when I left my marriage and I was like, yo, I am drained and done filling someone's cup. I'm dehydrated. So I had to heal. I had to go through the process of trying to figure out me for a little bit. So to conclude, dating apps will always be my fallback. Even when I'm done with them, I don't have any more small talk in me. I'm like, Hebz, you either gather dust in the corner or you persevere on these apps. I met some weirdos, but nothing outlandish.
Have you ever got past the what are you struggling to get past with the dating apps at the moment? That's not working for you. Is it the second date, the third date?
I was a serial first dater for a while.
What? So just first date
I'll go
and then
on
brush.
hella first dates and I'll dip. And just for the record, not for the sake of money, because I can afford my own and I pay sometimes.
That's another interesting one. Do you feel obliged to?
I feel obliged to pay.
Yeah.
For sure. If I
But
know there's never going to be a second date.
Yeah.
I feel bad, so I was go. Do you know what? Let me get this.
He's at the front. 24. 24 is the number. Buzz it. I'll let you in. Donovan's here.
Wow.
No.
That's fine. We can deep the conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll be obligated to pay. But then even if they pay for my dinner, I'll be like, all right, for grabbing dessert, I'll pay for you.
My childhood was fine. I'm not.
Were you bullied? Or were you the bullier?
No, I was
bullier,
bullied.
you know. Were you the bully?
No, I
Were
was
you the
bullied.
bullier?
I was bullied.
Were you?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Whoever bullied you didn't like their own life. I feel like any bully
Yay!
is like actually angry inside.
What are you saying?
Hi. How you doing, mister?
She's just talking about obviously. Yeah, we were talking about that counselling, her dating experiences as well. Isn't it?
Was it bad? Yeah.
We didn't speak about dating, just the fact that I am stuck on dating apps forever until a guy comes and saves me. And
Are you
whisks
risking
me
that
away.
though? Question. Just jump into it.
Oh!
Question. So wait. So you're doing dating apps, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you scared of like? But see, you're clued up though. So I don't think you do anything stupid. You seen the Tinder
Swindler?
Yeah,
What about
that's what he's
Swindler?
talking
Yeah. So that's mental. Like people. Oh, like the guy goes, yeah. Can I borrow 30k? Who asks a woman for 30k, bro?
But he's handpicked women who he knows are stupid enough to do so. I had someone the other day say to me, "Oh, do you mind if you help me log into my account?" Some PT guy.
Yeah.
He went because I can't get into my other account. I said, "Oh, you got several clients, but you don't need to ask me. You got friends and family." But
See,
Wait a minute. Say that
it
again?
seemed really dodgy. Like he's gonna ask me to do something that's gonna then hack my account.
Yeah.
So I was just like, or he might have been hacked himself, and so someone's messaging through his account.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I'm not that naive girl. Whereas some other girl would be like, okay.
That's mental.
And then like 10 minutes later, they've been hacked, and God knows what's
I was
happened.
watching that thing. It's actually crazy, bro.
So this guy here didn't watch it to the end, which we said in the first part that didn't exist. And I'm like, how can you not watch it to the end? Because the ending is everything.
bro.
The ending is where
It's
my guy had a meltdown.
meltdown, literally. Like he was going ham. I'm going to the voice notes. He was saying,
Every action has a reaction.
Ah. It was funny. It was actually mad. But I just feel like
But basically, it ended with the woman who has actually seen him for a while.
the one in
She-
Amsterdam.
Yeah. So she ended up finding out that he's been doing all this to all these women, like thousands of pounds that's happened. And she thought, you know what? He has no idea that I know. And he's fully been, he's finessed her to the most extreme where he's had her by his side the whole time, where he's done all his whole thing. And she ended up finessing him and getting all her money back through his items. So she took all his items,
All the
sold
clothes, bro.
them for him, but never gave him the money.
Yeah, bro. He
And
was
to
getting
this
mad.
day, she's still selling
Still
them
selling them now. Like I'm saying,
like a boss.
Gucci, Versace, anything.
Shot it.
Yeah, she's got everything.
She's like before I like fold to the situation and let him know that I know. Let me get what I can. Let me see what I can get out of this.
Yeah,
And she literally got a suitcase, said, "Give me all your items, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna sell the stuff. I can help you have money." Because he was homeless,
Yeah.
and she was just like, "Bye, bitch,"
Yeah,
and
she-
literally just
She gassed him good though. It was good. I was like, that was so sick. It was
yeah,
so
good
sick.
for her. And she's like, and she was the least person you'd expect.
Yeah, exactly. The other two was just, yeah, I don't know.
That was sick. It was
I don't
sick.
know. But you need to watch it though. It's actually deep. Like,
He's
it's deep.
he's watched parts of it.
You're not serious, bro. You need to watch it.
That's,
It's not-
that's the voice I use for every guy, by the way. It's not
Oh, is it?
personal.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
deep though. It just makes you think like. But it was just weird that the women who gave him the money, like, oh, you gotta open an account, American Express, Amex. I'm like, bro, like that's
American Express. How much money? is
This
in
she was.
tax?
She
No,
there was
no.
9 cards
Yeah.
in total.
She had
Like,
I think it was like
American
250 grand.
250
You
grand.
need
But you know what? But you know,
peas
but no,
to
you know, it's-
get that
this is how
one.
you're smart though, yeah. Because he gave her money back. He actually put money in an account, so he's making her think, oh, yeah, I'm getting money.
So what
back,
he
da, da,
does
da.
is, so effectively, let's say he's got 4 women, right? I'm making up the numbers now. So he'll borrow from this person to pay this person back, then borrow from this person to pay that person back, then borrow from this person to pay that, like, and then he's going back and forth. So he's just moving debt around,
Yeah.
basically, and then trying to get more people on board to have more dough to finesse and
Bruv,
do
he's
more
moving mad.
lifestyle. And I
Moving
just thought, this is wild. And the fact that the government and the police ain't doing nothing about it.
Oh,
Nothing. This guy is walking free.
bro, the man's free. He's walking the earth right now. He's back. He's back on Instagram.
And
He's back
apparently
on Tinder.
he's doing a business to give like was it to give like business advice?
Business advice, $300.
What's his name?
$319 or something stupid.
Simon something.
Livell, yeah.
Bro,
One
if you
second.
Google it, his name will pop up, bro. His face, everything.
You're saying you're gonna be on Forbes list next year, bro.
Brother,
I'm telling you.
yeah, it was deep. It was
Wait,
sad,
this time
but
is
deep.
wrong. I'm so confused.
It's 241.
241.
Yeah, I'm watching this one. I'm like,
Like, that one's
rotted.
wrong.
She got
I'm
time.
running late. But so I spoke about how there are also men who are finesses. So men, like you asked me, oh, is it just women that do it? Like women that are finessing women, like you were saying that, oh, like men are finally getting theirs back kind of thing. There's this whole theme going around.
Dove, you only hear about women finessing men.
But no, I know hella men that finesse women. They finesse women by being like the sweet boy, and they live off them. They pay their rent. They pay for the car. The woman takes out a loan in their name,
nuts.
and then my guy
Or
dips.
even to
or
the
he cheats on her, and he still crumbles back. I'm so sorry, babes. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there is.
And let me just borrow one more loan.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
this
is
happens in
still.
ends.
There is still.
I will never do that ever for a guy unless I know genuinely, wholeheartedly, shit's happened.
Wouldn't you be scared, regardless, if you're gonna do that anyway?
I've done it. I've with my ex when he went through stuff. I took out something in my name, but it's also I knew we were tied to
But
each
that's
other.
different. That relationship was very.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
no,
like,
yeah.
I'd only ever do it for my boy if I know my boy's 30. Like,
Yeah,
I've
100.
really sat with
Yeah.
him and I know his situation.
Yeah.
Like we lend each other money here and there anyway. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But if someone suddenly comes to me and goes, oh, like someone I'm getting to know early on, can I borrow? Nah, my G, you got a whole family, you got a whole community, knock your neighbour.
That's what the man did,
You know,
bro. Man, after 1 month, can I get 30k? 30k.
30, not even like,
Not even
can I get
£100,
Nando's
bro.
money?
30k, bro. After 1 month, you're taking the piss.
I beg you, lend me a pound.
That's like,
That's what I'm used to.
that's mental. Yeah, like a pound or £2, not 30k. You don't hear them kind of things ever.
And then my girl was like, oh, so I was saving up money for a house. And then like he's asked me for this money. So I thought she'd be like, I can't give her the money. So I transferred the money over. And I'm like, you're stupid, you little
Come on, man.
dodo.
It's sad. It's actually sad seeing that.
So I hate the fact that people going, oh, they're gold diggers, they're gold diggers. No, not really, because
They're not gold
they
diggers.
were caught up in a victim mindset of like, this person's in distress, I need to help you.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Legally,
It-
he can't get in trouble.
No, because they were stupid enough to.
Because they signed everything over, and the passports they gave.
But is there any contracts to say when they've got to be paid back,
No,
etc.?
They
My
got-
point,
they
he
went court
could
though.
turn around and not
No,
pay them.
It's true, but he even tried to say, "Oh, there was a bit." He goes, "Oh, the story's not true. It's fake." Da, 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 da.
Oh yeah, I'm about to sue. I'm gonna
Sue.
sue Netflix for it.
It's right
I'm
there,
like,
bro.
nah, G.
You-
But I said, imagine if it was what's it called, a mockumentary, where it's like a fake documentary.
Could be. That'd be the
deep.
But if it
smartest thing they've
was,
done.
if it is, then that's sick. But they should have made a disclaimer about it, because
100.
people are like out there trying to do GoFundMe pages to like clear off their debt.
For them two women,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
And it's
trying
their
to
money, you know. Go
they-
find your pages for them.
people are paying hella money to clear their debt.
I can't pay myself, so I'm broke, bruv. There's no way I'm helping them, bruv. Straight. It's peak, bruv. It's actually peak.
You could do some work on the side of the Teal Wayne lookalike.
Big man.
Oh my days, as you said that, I saw it for a split second.
Can you not do that? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Anyway, move on, please. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Moving on
I
swiftly.
don't know.
Any-
The Brits. I want to talk about a little bit about the Brits because I watched Dave's performance.
I didn't watch the
I didn't
Brits,
watch the
guys.
Brits.
Nah,
I can't even lie.
I'm going to explain to you lot because obviously Dave.
So I know Dave brought out all the artists from his album. Like,
Yeah, so the song that he done in the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
So
don't.
Fredo, Giggs.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other brother's name. I said to you, I don't know the other
Do
rapper's
your
name.
research, my G.
Nah,
damn
man, it's
show.
Fredo, Giggs, Gets, and the other guy. I've never heard this guy before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
He's a new rapper.
Go on.
Brits. Continue while I do my research.
Yeah.
there.
Go on.
So obviously, he come out because last year he had a performance where, obviously he done the song Black.
Oh, Meeks. Is that he was
Meeks, yeah,
referring to?
Meeks. So he done the song Black
Yeah,
last
oh, yeah,
year,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that was like
sick.
mental.
But
'cause
that
obviously
had like thousands
added-
of complaints.
it had an added bit in because so the song originally is everyone's heard it, so they knew like up to the part where he said the government's the real prime minister's a racist.
Yeah.
That was an added bit in he done, so he added that bit in, and then they brought him back this year, but it was sick because they had the choir there. The choir was singing in the fire thing, and then
it just shows you how much times are changing.
but
really
this
fast.
is what I was saying to you, like how many years ago, if you went back 10, 15 years ago, you wouldn't see that kind of music being represented on stage.
Not at all.
That community of
I think the
people.
closest to a black person would be like S Club 7, Bradley.
Yeah.
Brad?
That's
Yeah,
actually valid point still. That's true.
That's the
Actually-
closest.
because he
yeah.
fits the.
Yeah.
And because he's also like the minority from that group. And then technically they've ticked, like maybe Lamar will go on it. Do you remember Lamar?
Yeah, Lamar. You probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
so that shows me my
You
damn
don't-
age,
you don't
innit?
I know Lamar.
You don't
You're
know.
crazy.
Who's Lamar?
Lamar.
Not from flipping. Not from. Oh, okay, cool.
What?
Not Kim Kardashian thing, you know.
No, Lamar, as in
Just
the
check-
singer
just
Lamar.
checking. Not everyone knows
Bowler.
Lamar. Bruv. Not everyone knows
Yeah.
Lamar.
So like I think it's Craig David. Sorry, I just saw the Simpson version. Of it. So yeah, Craig David made it, but it's about fitting the part. So yeah,
But you could see there was bare people like like you see the crowds at the Brits watching. Bare of them were just baffed when Gets and that come out. They were just thinking, what is
Because
this?
it's like, why is this guy on the stage?
Yeah,
That's what it
but then
is,
there was
like-
loads of people who were like there when they seen Gigs come on, like they were screaming. But like I think it's changing massively.
Yeah.
But then like obviously where that was positive for once the spotlight was on someone else, not Dave or these guys.
the negative spotlight.
The
Yeah,
negative
yeah.
spotlight was on Adele.
Adele.
Because she did a poll thing.
No. So Adele went up for an award. They don't have.
She did that poll thing. You see it on the poll?
I didn't watch the Brits. So.
No. I was never on the Brits, but she did a poll dance thing.
What she
Oh,
got
she
brushed
went.
for-
She went to a stingy club afterwards.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So now the Brits don't have best female or male. It's
Best performer.
Best performer.
Okay.
So
Because
it's
everything's
to,
like
it's to do
gender
with
binding, whatever it's called.
inclusion of all genders and
Yeah.
etc. Anyway, so Adele won it. She won best performer. So
Okay.
she's gone up, taken her award. She turned around and said, like, I'm so proud as a woman to win this.
Mm,
And then basically Ofcom,
whatever they received, hella complaints.
from majority, they were saying percentage of transgender community because they were so angry that
Jesus.
she come out and said she was the best woman.
Woman.
She was happy to be a
person.
woman to win the award, which I don't see anything wrong with, because at the same time, I don't know if you remember this. I know you say you don't really watch
This
the
is-
Brits like that, but Sam Smith, yeah, come out 2 years ago. Said, I'm not gender anymore. Like, I'm gender neutral, innit?
Yeah.
But he went and happily collected an award for best male artist.
And what did he say? I'm the happiest
No.
man.
But my point is,
say that, though?
But he should refuse that award.
He should have refused the award.
If we're holding that energy of like consistency of complaints and expectations and whatever, then he should have said, I don't want to accept this because it doesn't fit my narrative right now.
Yeah.
And so therefore it's basically it's confused messages. So are we here or are we there? Like, what's really going on? Yeah. And it's interesting that Adele got that backlash, because Adele's like everyone's icon, like in the UK, like she's everyone's household person.
She's a work,
you know
and the thing, I think big reason being of like she comes from that working class community, and so like she's just
rough, man.
Yeah, she grew up rough in ends, you know.
So
like Adele,
you know what? Adele looks sophisticated till she opens her mouth.
Yeah.
Like when she sings, she's magical. When you look at her, you're like, wow. Then she speaks, it's like, I'm like, wow, wow, you're really from the hood, girl.
Yeah. And like she's, but like I'm saying in general, like I just think obviously I think that complaint side of things for celebrities can't be easy nowadays.
It's long. I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like if it is just a general performance now, we're not giving like the male or female title for it. But whoever wins is entitled to speak how they want.
Yeah, of course.
If she was trying to throw shade at a certain community, I'd understand. But
yeah,
she's just saying,
she just said,
I'm proud as a woman.
She's a woman.
But does she say like I'm proud to like that from all the cats, like maybe there were strong male candidates and that she still won? I think it's back to the whole female empowerment of, you know, in this industry as a woman, it's hard to win, it's hard to succeed. So to her to win this award amongst other strong women and other men, she feels honoured. But she's entitled to call what she wants. Hence, I don't know, in my workplace, you can write what you want to be called.
Same with mine now. I think that's the whole thing on emails. You can be
identified as or like
he,
to be called
him, or she, her,
or they. So you might want to be called they. Like they can't call you he. Like no, they want to eat.
What?
So basically, if you're walking in the room, I'll say they are coming in.
Yeah, not he's coming in. Because you'll be like, why did you call me by a he? I'm not. I don't see myself as a he. I'm neutral.
It's the new thing of
my head's hurt. I've got a headache.
And I know you're not saying that just for the record. I know you're not trying to be disrespectful.
No.
But it is very hard to
confusing.
get your head around, because there's so many intricate sort of everything's hypersensitive and everything's hyper controlled and policed. But some things that are more important aren't policed. And I think it doesn't, like, why are we getting upset? Like Adele won. She's a woman. She's got women parts. She's heterosexual. Can she not just say woman?
I grew up in a generation that I, as a kid, was shown programs like Family Guy, South Park. No, real talk.
Where it was very homophobic to an extent, but on a light level.
Homophobic, racist. The only thing with South Park was they were racist to everyone.
Triggering.
They went for everyone. They didn't pick a certain community.
Yeah, everyone's getting it. Everyone gonna get it.
Yeah, South Park was emotional.
Yeah.
Like, watching it, I was like,
but so many people, like I think.
But it was also written by aren't they Jewish?
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like, but like South Park,
it was wild.
But like, this is my point. Like I talk to loads of my bregins about it, and they go like, "Yeah, we love South Park." I say, "Yeah, it was hella racist," but they were racist to everyone.
The reality is,
how bad is that?
But then but that's part of banter. So being able to be a comedian is being able to laugh at anything, whether it's laughing at disabilities. I watched this comedian, a snippet that was uploaded. Oliver the comedian had reposted it, and it was about some guy who was talking about his son's death, and he made a joke about his ashes. He's like, "So my son's been cremated," and every now and then I look at it and I'm like, "Is that my son really in there? Like, is it someone else's ashes? It could have been just any dust put in there." He's like, "Should I go to Maury and like ask, am I the father?" And it's just like, at some point he might get sued for this, or he might be asked to put it down because it's upsetting someone else. Everyone will be upset because it's their truth or it's hitting home to you.
True,
so we'll all laugh at like a Chinese joke. But when you make a Muslim joke, like whoa, make a black joke, like hey, because it's sensitive to you.
Yeah, that's valid. That's true.
But that's all part of the beauty of being in that industry, which is we're able to laugh at things that are uncomfortable because they are still there. Like I can make a joke about, you know, a disability that I might have, and it's just like, it is what it is. I got it. I might as well banter about it. Like me making fat jokes all the time when I was a big girl. Like the elephant's in the room, literally. Like, why am I gonna try and like dance around it?
Do you know, like some people, when you say it, I bet look to you like, oh, I don't know what to do. Shall I laugh? Shall I not laugh?
No, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's true though.
But I say it now, like even with the death, obviously with my dad, that when he died, even up to a point now, yeah, I always make really inconvenient jokes like around people just to see their reaction. So like
I do that.
yeah, so like the other day I was at work and these lot were talking about, oh yeah, I can't remember what they said, yeah, but they were talking about what the past they went through with their dad when they were younger, or their families and that. And I said, I can't ask my dad. I don't get reception 6 feet under. So obviously, no, but obviously. And then like someone else said to me, oh, like, no, that was it. One of the directors, like, who works for my company, said something to me.
Didn't.
And I thought, I've got him. I'm just gonna say it.
How to make you awkward?
Yeah. So I just turned around to him and I said to him, he goes, I'm gonna be your I'm like a father figure to you. I said, my dad's dead. That's really up, like.
Oh, you
and
mean
he
uncomfortable?
yeah,
You're like, yeah, so my dad's dead.
Yeah, he's like, oh no.
So you want to pay rise? Will you pay rise? Take it.
No, I didn't mean that. I just started busting up. I was yeah, that's alright. He's been dead for 15 years.
Some people can't take that though.
No, but people don't. But you meet like my family. My cousins are the same. Like on the day of their dad's funeral, they won't mind me saying this. Yeah, on the day of it, so
the bussing. Yeah.
No, not bussing. Obviously, they were upset on the day, but so the day before, what they done was we had a thing in it was like the funeral centres, a place where you can go and say pay respects to the body and open coffin. So obviously, like my cousins come out and she's finished crying and that, and then she come up to me and she goes, "I just thought of something really funny." Like after crying, after seeing her dad there, she's like, "Just imagine if like he jumps up and says surprise."
Just kidding. Yeah. I think that's. It's normal. I think the deaths I've experienced, we somehow know how to bust a joke.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. And I feel like we live in a very hypersensitive. Like we got to be mindful that we don't want to upset anyone too tough.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
there's only so much we can do before it's just like, nah, it's getting ridiculous. Because we're gonna be like, yeah, is it okay? I'm about to make a knock joke, but when I say knock, I don't mean like knocking on your soul or your mental well-being. I just mean knocking on an actual door that's been cut down by a tree that was actually dying. Like I didn't actually kill it. It's just like we can't do that. It has to be balanced, and I think we will always upset people with everything we say. And I'm the type of person where I want to please everyone. I don't want to upset anyone because why you don't like me kind of vibe. But to an extent, if I know there's only so much mindfulness we can do, then we just have to just accept it and just be prepared for any backlash.
No. Go on.
Do you think no? But that's what I mean. Is like even like when my granddad died, we were sitting in the hearse. We just buried my granddad, so we're going back to the funeral cars. Have dropped us off back to the place we rented for everyone to come and. So like my cousin's sitting in the car, and my other cousin who's actually a comedian. So he's doing big venues at the moment actually.
Go on.
His name's Danny, and
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah, Danny the comedian. But his story alone's a joke because he had cancer, but he just jokes about it. He hasn't got it anymore.
You have to.
But when he had it, I remember talking to him. So like his one was testicular cancer. It's a bit more treatable than I'd say others, but as ultimately if you leave it, it can still be as fatal, innit?
Yeah.
So when he was talking about it, and the whole time he had cancer, not once was he upset. Even there may have been times, I'm not saying he wasn't upset, there may have been times where he was sad himself, but he always tried to make a joke of it.
I think we have to. I think every hardship I've gone through, even like my divorce or going through like mental health compromises, I'm like, I either become a victim. So some people like to be victim. It's a familiar space of just marinating in negativity and, oh my God, the world's against me. Why am I the one getting ill? Why am I doing this? Whatever. And then do you know what? It is what it is. I can't change this. I'm going to have really crap days some days, but more times I'm going to try and like channel that energy positively and make jokes about my situation or, just sort of like lighten it, because there's no point. Like, why am I going to sit here and be negative? So
that's why it's me, like with me, and it like obviously my granddad's situation. So I don't want to be at home. There's no point in being at home.
Yeah.
Because obviously bought like thinking so much, thinking, is he all right? Is he sick? Is he this?
But this is good for you.
This is why I come out. I'll go out and just try to just live my life.
Yeah.
I have to.
You know, I said for him, this platform's good for him because obviously he come out and he can talk, and sometimes that's a release for you, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Just talking.
I have to, man.
On that note, should we change it into a counselling session?
Yeah.
So hi, welcome to my show. My name is Hebz, and
my name is Donnie Darko.
This is our counselling session.
Okay, cool.
So Donnie, talk to me. Who hurt you? No, I'm joking. That's
Did
my
I get
opening.
bullied?
That's my opening
I
line.
never got bullied at school.
No, I did.
You never
No.
got bullied at school.
I did.
No.
School.
I got no problem
I got
with
chased
it.
down though. I
Yeah.
had to run fast.
I got no problem with admitting it. I was actually quite. You'd be surprised by this. I was actually a really quiet kid.
Who? What?
I was a quiet kid.
Who's quite where?
I was quiet,
Quiet how?
as in I was too scared of people.
If
when
I'm
I was
honest,
younger.
I think all bullies need hugs. They all have like.
Nah.
I believe every bully has been bullied themselves, or they have a bullyish environment at home,
Yeah.
or they lack a lot of love and they're
And
just trying to act out. It's
I-
never. I don't
yeah.
think someone's that effed up. There are obviously like a 0.5% of guys and women who are just messing their head. But the majority are deflecting energy that they're unhappy with. School, like I just chilled with everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think I really got bullied. I think I was like at some point in college there was like one day of some weird energy and someone threatening something, and then I was mandem, so I had hella men.
Swear.
I used to.
I had hella men
down.
who were
I
just
had-
like, "Don't worry about it, man. We've got you."
Yeah,
So,
Go
so
on.
you see, when you're at school, how did you dress at school?
I went to an all-girls school.
Did you have lollipops in your hair?
Nah,
Okay, cool.
I was
So
never
no.
that waste, man.
No, there's girls that back then had lollipops in their head. Their hair was gel up and everything.
Yeah, no, it was swagger.
Remember remember you see the people with the
swag
snake?
at the time. Yeah, that's
Or
calm.
the thing.
The
yeah.
snake.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
the
gel-
thing,
Oh, I
man.
love it.
I
man.
love-
I love how men go like this.
It's
Like,
that
can
and
you-
It is
It
this.
requires a lot of effort, guys.
Okay.
What do you mean?
That is
it's
not
Whilst I
this?
call that waste man now,
Did
I'm
you have
just
it?
hating.
Did
I
you have
went
a
I went
snake?
to I went to a
Yeah,
private.
I feel like you had the snake.
I'll tell you what I had.
She did.
No,
She did.
Sit eyebrows. Sit eyebrows. I didn't sit eyebrows.
I can't even say it, you know.
No, you can't sit eyebrows.
Just say it.
I had a slit in my eyebrows.
Hey.
I knew it.
I got cussed out for it, but I was
Two
like,
slits.
I was like, I did it when I was like, I think college days.
What'd your parents say about it?
I just lied and said I accidentally plucked
And
my
they
eyebrows
believed it?
wrong, and I just never grew
Plucked
back.
our eyebrows wrong.
Yeah, because I had
Dead.
like, very long hairs. So what happened was I just took out one
And
extra hair.
Bear in
And it's made a
mind,
gap.
the line straight, you know. The line straight where you pluck
Yeah,
it wrong.
that
Let's come on now. Let's come
No,
on.
I went through a very
Good phase.
hood.
yeah. Someone should have stopped me
Swear down.
and just said, "Hebz, like, do you realize people have to see
But
you
you
looking
grew
at
up in
this?"
Do you ever
West
go,
West,
do
bro.
you ever go teeth in it?
To what?
Do
What?
you ever go teeth and cap in that?
Bun that.
You had a
Actually-
gold
Bro,
tooth
don't
with
worry
cap.
about-
You
don't
had a
worry
gold
about-
tooth
don't
with
worry
cap.
about-
And this
Don't
is
worry about-
recent, you know.
I know
don't worry.
hella guys who have they still. Like, I remember one of my boys. He would have to remember to take it out before he starts eating. He's like, just 1 second. And I'm like, so now we're doing this, yeah. And he puts it like, I need to remember which pocket I put it in. I'm like, you do that, you do that. I feel bad for the guys who got gold teeth on, like the way your teeth's now effed forever. Because like obviously they've now grown up and thought, yeah, it's not about that. But
Some of
then
the
they can't
guys that
afford
get the
to.
full sets put in as well. That
Yeah,
looks
looking like an idiot,
techie
fam.
to eat. And can you take them out? I don't think.
Yeah, you can, well, if it's grills, you can take them out.
Yeah, but if some of them are actual,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
long, bro.
because then your tooth's actually compromised. Underneath, it's all broken. Which artist was it the other day? They uploaded-
Someone's done it.
They showed someone
Amigos.
about.
It was one of them.
Yeah, they showed him
Bro,
about
his-
his grills in. His
teeth
tooth's
was
cracked,
cracked in the middle.
and it's like brown as well.
Man's get paid 100-something million, bare money and can't fix his
He
teeth,
looks
bro.
nice with the grills on. I'm like, okay, looking all fresh without it. I'm like, oh, boo boo, who are you?
Yeah,
Just
he
any
looks
man on
different, bro.
ends.
It's got a mad line in the middle. I think. Yeah.
Like, imagine your front tooth has a crack in the middle.
See,
But the reason why we're highlighting this, like, you know, teeth issues are teeth issues. Luckily, we have NHS. But this guy has moolah. You have money. You spent probably $1 million
get fake ones.
doing
bruv.
like getting
Get
jewellery.
fake ones.
No, yeah, just fix your teeth. Whiten
Fake
your teeth.
ones.
Do something
Do
to your
something.
teeth.
Because I'll tell you something now. That's one thing I can never allow. You see the front teeth? I've lost teeth at the back,
But they can't
and
see
I'll
that.
accept that.
They
You
can't
can't
see
see that though.
Can't see that.
These,
The
nah.
front thing,
As soon
it's
as that,
emotional.
if I get a problem with these,
It's long there for you, know.
So it really upsets me that we live in the UK where if you like we're blessed to have the NHS. People complain about NHS, bro, go anywhere around the world, you'll be humbled. The NHS is the one.
Yeah.
But why have you chosen, even though there's free dental care for you, why have you chosen to have mash up teeth? When
but
I
it's
see
not
people
free though.
No, hold up. People who are unemployed, who live in certain places, alright, who don't have teeth or they have mash up teeth or whatever, you have free, because you're on benefits, you have free dental care. When you're on when you're on benefits, you have free dental care. You don't have to pay for no brackets. But why is it that you have chosen to outwardly go out in these streets? When I watched Jeremy Kyle,
Oh
I used
gosh.
to at some point when I worked from home initially, I binged on it. And I watched their mouth and their dental hygiene as they speak. I'm like, you're fighting over this man. who doesn't even want to go to the dentist. That's for free.
But it's mental, bro.
I don't get it. The NHS is free. The NHS is free, and you have chosen to outwardly look like this. And my guy's fighting. No.
If you had a shit day, for me, I'll be real with you. You watch Jeremy Kyle, you feel
you're laughing.
I feel blessed.
Yeah.
But then it upsets me that 2 women are fighting over a man, or vice versa, and I'm here just standing there.
Do you know a footballer went?
But it gives me hope. There's life, innit?
Bro, do you know a footballer went on Jeremy Kyle with nice teeth, everything, white teeth, straight, none missing. Jermaine Pennant, he was a footballer. He went on Jeremy Kyle, multi-millionaire.
Because of his girl or something.
Sky, bro.
Do like a test, paternity test.
Nah, I reckon that they paid him to just to come on,
Yeah, he must have done it for monetizing reasons.
Yeah, listen, he come on. It was about him cheating and doing this and doing that. But at this point, people forget man's played for bare clubs, so he's done thousands.
I don't really know who he is. Is he financially? Is he a has-been? Or is he still an active player?
I would no. He's retired now.
So
but
basically, he was desperate for money, potentially.
No, I don't think he was because of the money that he's on. Like it couldn't have been.
What money is he on though? Explain to me. How does it work once he retired?
No, well, before he went to Jeremy Kyle.
I don't know.
Liverpool. He was on about 200 grand a week.
But he probably started stacking.
150.
He was
easy.
He was not.
Anyway, even 90 grand a week. That's
That's cack, mate. Give me that in a year.
You know the ones there.
Give me that. To this day, no, but but on the level, you're right. NHS is free.
So anyone that's got dental hygiene issues and you're unemployed,
they need Jesus.
You got nah.
Do you know
stay at home.
Do you know I didn't know this till the other day? Scotland and Ireland don't charge for prescriptions.
Yeah. No, listen. Honestly, England's finessing us differently.
So
yeah. But that's the only thing we're getting finessed on prescriptions.
No, we're being like they are sucking every bit of energy we have.
Do you need antibiotics to fix your body? £20, please.
Nah, I swear. When I remember back in the day, like I think prescriptions were like £3.99, £4.99. Now and then it went up to like 12, £18. I'm like, am I buying concert tickets?
You know the ones there.
Am I buying something like what? I don't understand. But then there's other people who are just getting it for free.
Free, like it's not like food.
Like for example, as women, sorry, I know you guys want to hear about this. Our periods, right? Sorry, just quickly. We don't choose it. Why are we paying for the products?
Wait a minute, huh?
So we have to pay for like pads and tampons. Did I choose to bleed? Surely the government should give us this on the house.
But you choose to
so
get
in
sick.
England, no, 1 second. In England, in Scotland, sorry, I think they give you free sanitary stuff for women. Why is England not rolling it out to us?
Because Boris is running our country.
We're gonna bleed for the unforeseeable indefinitely. Can someone fund us, please? Because it's long. It's just long. It's not fair. No.
But if I said to you, people don't choose to get sick.
No, that's different though. Like this is a matter of fact. It's gonna happen. You getting sick is a probability, and there's contingencies and variables.
A business, isn't it?
No, but bro,
if you're listen,
I am born this way.
I'll be real with you. Yeah, if someone comes to me and said I've got this plan for this tampon that's gonna block or be better than other tampons, and I'm gonna sell it, 100%. I'm gonna put some profit on that.
Of course, you're a man. You're a man. You're a dodo. You don't know.
Hang on. Masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were making money off them, selling them.
That's different. That was a very dodo imposed thing on us. That obviously Boris himself, a bigger dodo, was doing the most and doing everything that we weren't doing. Yeah. So the mask is no comparison to our menstrual cycle and the fact that we're bleeding and in pain.
Yeah.
So whilst I appreciate it, be prepared for the comments.
What about tissue then?
Big man, I'm not saying nothing.
That should be free.
I'm not saying nothing.
Tissue.
This is you two thing.
What, sorry, for runny noses?
No, for wiping your bum.
I'm not saying a thing.
You're consuming. What you consume is a result of what comes out.
If I don't consume, I'm gonna die.
I exist, and I will automatically. I mean, I'm not asking for it to stop because it's always a bad sign. But you know, just by default, it's there. So can someone like fund us, please?
Fund us.
Go
I
fund
can't
me
believe
page.
They give it for free though in Scotland.
Of course.
You have to drive.
How are they giving away free condoms in GPs and not giving away free tampons? Are you mad?
But that's actually true though, you know.
Because Yeah.
That's mad still. I
Because
can't
how many
think of it.
people use condoms?
What now? Or in general? Boy, I don't know.
I'm looking down at the camera. No, I'm looking down at the camera because, bruv, as a kid, well, from when they give you condoms from high school times, they used to come in and give you the condoms in high school,
I
innit?
didn't have that. I went to an Islamic school. We didn't even talk about sex
Ah,
education.
fair enough.
They just scrapped it. It's like, okay, so in biology, animals, frogs, dissecting. We didn't actually weren't taught about sex.
Swear down.
Yeah. A few pregnancies happen along the way.
What?
Not me. Not me.
How you did? Listen, how you? Hey.
What, in it is Islamic all girls school?
Yeah, a couple of pregnancies still.
So no-
What?
As
that?
in, not.
Is
in
that Ro? Oh, there's Ro. Yeah, Ro.
Hercules.
Well done. Yeah,
Yeah.
good,
Man,
you.
bro. Cool.
Nah, it's cool,
bro.
man.
Cool,
Love,
man.
love, love.
Take it easy.
He just came in to make noise and leave.
That's mad.
Islamic school, and they got pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Are you thinking that their prison?
But you're
outside-
saying no. But you're saying no sex education. So the school must have been strict.
Yeah, they were strict, but then when they left the school,
And they just done a
there
mad
was a
thing.
boys' school, Acton High.
Yeah, that's
school
always the.
was there.
That's always the
Gunners
thing with
boys'
girls'
school
That's
Bro,
were there.
do you know what? This is one thing we're gonna. One thing today.
Women
Don't
were
matter what
excitable.
girls' school you go to. It don't matter what religion the school
Nah,
is.
it can be the
when
most
you
Catholic
link-
of
when-
schools ever.
Catholic, Muslim,
Yeah,
Buddha.
yeah.
When you link the boys' school,
That's it.
It's peak, bro.
So I was mandem. I can't stress how much I was mandem. Whenever there'd be fights, so the boys would be like throwing stink bombs and doing like we'd have like extinguisher fights on the trains and stuff, like all them kind. It was wild, right?
Yeah, that's mad.
But
I didn't do that.
the boys would give me a heads up. They're like, "Hebz, just get off the next station and it's about to go down." I'm like, say no more. Because then the teachers would be waiting like 2 stops down because they know things pop off between Northfields and Acton Town.
Mental.
So like we knew in those 3 stops
Mental.
anything can happen. And girls will be flirting with guys, and like they'll get like their numbers and prank call them and 2 pregnancies. Yeah. I just was mandem. I just rolled with it. I was just like, yeah, he's cute, but I'm fat, so no one's gonna be. I'm never gonna claim them.
wow.
So I just became mandem. I was just like safe. And now to this day, like shout out to Richard and other guys. I'm like, yo, you're good. Even when I flourished, I was still mandem because I was boxed.
Say no more. That's
Bro, come out of the school and just pregnancies. Nuts.
That's mental.
Well, yeah, I
bro.
remember one
So
girl.
they
she
never
got
taught anything to you about sex education. Was that just because of the?
They were stupid.
Yeah,
It's nothing to do with faith because faith.
that's what I was gonna say.
you're meant
In
to be
faith, you're meant to be
It's
educated.
a taboo of if you teach my children about sex, they will now become
Would it-
prostitutes.
Would your parents would have been
Wow.
comfortable with you learning about sex education? At
I
that
think they
age?
wouldn't have minded because they weren't able to have a conversation with us.
Yeah.
So I think they needed someone else to have that conversation because
Okay.
culturally their parents never spoke about it, so therefore they never knew how to. So they have a friend who come in and have a conversation with us every now and then about marriage and stuff. But my mum and dad just didn't have those conversations with us.
Okay.
But not in a sort
Would
of.
you have asked them though? If you never knew nothing about sex, whatever, would you have gone to your mum and said, "Mum, what's da 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 da"?
No, I had older siblings and had cousins.
Oh, okay. So okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Okay.
We would just kind of be like, "Oh my god, did you hear about this?
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
What's an erection? Oh my days!" So yeah, no, we had our own little community of
Okay, cool. That's fine. That's
Google.
Fine.
Back
fine,
then it
that's
was just
fine.
us.
Google, you know.
And like, oh my god, I heard in this school this was what happened. What the heck? What's condom? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So obviously this girl didn't know what condom is, so she got pregnant. And some
Listen.
girls were undercover. But yeah, that's just some. Yeah.
Them undercover
But-
ones are
But
dangerous.
I'm sure they're reformed human beings and they're doing beautifully right now.
Yeah.
I remember there was a girl and boy in I was in year 7
In what we say?
primary school. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Girl
about
and
that,
boy who had sex in the toilets in year 7
Primary school.
Yeah.
primary school.
Bro,
Yeah.
if you only up for sex.
No,
primary
year
school-
6. Year 6.
For 6.
Year
Yeah,
6.
I didn't even know about sex, bro.
I knew there
But
are.
we learned sex education in year 5. Sorry, God.
No, but I think that happens because it usually comes from curiosity of outside. So there might have been like, let's just say the boy, I'm making up this whole scenario in my head, but let's just say the boy lives in a certain area with the older boys and they're talking about it. They're curious. This girl might also be amongst older sisters and other people and they're talking about it. So they're curious. So then it became an exploring situation. Do you know what I mean? It might be pressure on the guy. It might be pressure on the girl. It just depends. But it's inevitable. It can happen. I freaked the hell out because of my
I was gonna
child.
say that. Like, wouldn't you be scared? Like, no, not say scared, But it's having like conversations or people talking about sex. He's like, shit, is that big? What's this?
But that's why
Like-
you should be mindful of how you chat around people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
Girls can't be talking about, sex around their kids and think, oh, they're too young, they won't understand.
Yeah,
No, they
it's
start
true.
picking
No, I
up.
don't understand.
Yeah, honestly, it's true. It's so true.
My son picks up on everything. I can no longer have those conversations and be like, oh, he's just watching.
Nah, he comes that stage.
He when it ends conversation, so mummy, what was this? What does this mean? I'm like, brethren, are you right? You feds? Like, he's got all the reference
Does he
checks.
Does he come to that age now where he's at school, and obviously you get that age where they're like, oh, I've got girlfriends and boyfriends, but they don't understand
When
what
my
it
son
means.
was younger, he used to be like, oh, I've got loads of girlfriends and boyfriends. And I'll be like, oh, so what he meant was he's got loads of friends, like
Okay.
girlfriends
Yeah.
and
Okay.
male friends.
Okay.
But he didn't know what girlfriend and
Yeah.
boyfriend means.
Yeah.
But no, he's going through a stage now where he'll giggle over anything that's like remotely around the girlfriends, or a girl that he knows in school. He'll just like blush about it. But he'll ask me now about color. So he'll be like, oh yeah, so apparently I'm not black, I'm brown, but I'm light brown, but not. So kids are now talking about race in school and talking about ethnicities and
How do you feel
know,
about that?
it's all right. But I'm reaching that age now. We're gonna have these conversations
Cool. Okay.
where he's gonna be like, and I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it all the time. Like, I want my son to be very comfortable in who he is,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I want to empower him where he's like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, I want him to be proud to be Muslim. I want him to be proud to be, a beige child, because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But not to feel like he's not black enough, or he's not North African enough, or he's not like. It is what it is. You are who you are, and you're blessed.
So I get called yellow skin.
There we go. Go on, you're gonna say it. Sorry,
Obviously, because you're Muslim and that, would you? How can I put this? Say your son's growing up, would you want him to be Muslim as well, or or would you force it? Not force it on him, but if he chooses to go a different path, would you be upset about that?
So, obviously, the reason why I have to marry a Muslim man, or why I understand the importance of it, is because we're leading a household. Our duty on this earth is to raise children as Muslims.
Okay.
So my duty is to focus on teaching my son about Islam, praying with him, doing all this stuff with him, in hope that we've installed all the morals and the foundations of Islam for him to become a Muslim and to do it with chest.
Okay.
Obviously, I can't predict how his life's going to go. Like, God willing, it doesn't turn too left, but he might be shaken about faith, full stop. He might have questions about faith. He might choose to look into another faith. But I'd want him to know about other faiths so that he feels empowered and schooled about them. But how would I feel if he chooses to turn against Islam?
Yeah.
I'll be very upset, because I'd like to hope I've created a very warm environment for him to love faith and to love our faith.
Could you get over it?
I will always love my child. So children are not yours. They're not your property. They're there for you to raise as a duty and responsibility to fulfill your duties as a parent.
Yeah.
But we have to let go of them eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So if he has chosen to go to any wild direction that's wild to me, I will continue to maybe advise him and show love, because I never want to cut him out and make him feel like, my faith will make you disown you. No, I have faith that there's always an opportunity for you to come back.
I wouldn't say like him going like wild and everything, but just the Muslim thing, he's maybe not feeling it, so he wants to do something completely different. Like,
Or he doesn't follow
yeah,
a religion.
He might be agnostic and go, I just believe in a higher being, I believe in elements of this, that. But hopefully I would have already broken all that to him.
Okay, cool.
So
okay.
he understands why Christianity is very similar to Islam, why Judaism is very similar to Islam. Like, you understand the journey of faiths and how things should have been played, and how society and politics cause separation.
Okay.
So I believe it's important to understand not what people. Cause I always say the biggest problem with faith isn't the faith itself; it's the people in the faith.
Yeah.
So when you strip away that and you focus on the faith itself, and you build your own relationship with God based on that book, you'll find your peace.
Okay.
But when you start looking at media and you start looking at mandem in the ends, and he's Muslim but he does this and she does this, but don't worry, they're flawed. As humans, we are flawed. We are not the truth.
No one's perfect.
Yeah. So if you want to learn about faith, go to the core of it. Don't go to the people.
I think you just say it because what you just said is exactly how I am. So growing up, I had to go to a lot of Bible study schools and stuff, and then to a certain age, because the branch of it's Christianity, but the branch of it that I was brought up in was Catholicism, which for me is, but it's not really much difference, to be honest, at all with that. But because of the ties to Catholicism and the corruption that's in it as well, because there's a lot of it, it put me off following that religion. But then what I done is I'm a big believer of God. But I found my peace and believe and how I believe in God and what I do. But it doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't necessarily mean I've got to, and this is my personal view, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I've got to go to a church or I've got my own place of worship.
You
if
know
you
how
want
to
call
connect
it.
to God
Exactly.
without someone telling you what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing. Like I was talking to my missus about it in general, like not long ago, and I was saying to her, like obviously I'm not gonna fall. Like I'll bring the kids we have up morally right, but I'm not gonna tell them they have to be this religion or they have to.
So
be that.
I think it's important to understand.
Not saying that you said that,
no,
but I'm
what
saying
I
in
have
general.
to make people understand is there's nothing wrong with creating a foundation of a solid, consistent message at home.
Yeah.
So society is telling you to grow your children to be gender fluid. Society is tell you be open to this, open to that. So you don't have to force this information in your house. You can school your children to be mindful of what's happening outside. But there's nothing wrong going, do you know what, I want to teach them, like let's say you believe in Christianity but not all elements on the Christian morals because it helped me to a certain level. But I'm not going to force them to go to church, but I'm going to encourage them to look into it. It's okay, but there's nothing wrong with following guidelines. In order to do work successfully, we have to go to training. In order to do anything, we have to learn from somewhere.
Exactly.
The reason why I need the Quran and the Hadith or whatever that what Islam has to offer is because I need discipline. I need someone to tell me, you know, this is the best form of worship. And obviously we do our own personal space of having a one-to-one with God, like, yo bro, like, I need your help. Like we have that, but then there's also like I need direction, I need clarity on things, and my faith gives me that. So there's nothing wrong with people who find peace within just finding their own relationship with God, but there's also people who need discipline and they need guidance. Without guidance, they feel like they can't freestyle. Like when I come to lose weight, I can't just freestyle with moderation. I need someone to tell me, Hebba eat this, Hebba eat that, and then you'll see results. Work out this amount of time, and some people don't need that. I need that.
Yeah. What made you want to like lose weight? I don't know the situation. Your story.
I woke up one day and realized I'm just a fat friend.
What?
Are you serious?
Swear down.
Serious?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that literally why you lost weight? Not because you
were bullied or nothing like that?
No, I'm bullied. I was always like, oh, you got a pretty face, shame about the body.
Someone said that to you?
My aunties, my cousins.
What?
How do you feel about your family saying that to you?
They just mean it in love. It's like, do you know when they just feel really like I'm saying because I love you, like you got such a nice face, but just lose weight.
What do they say to you now?
They wanted to say that's just, you know what, I went to Egypt this last year gone in December, and for the first time I got pure compliments. Usually they're like, oh, you've lost too much weight, or you've gained a bit too much. Like they're just so quick to. I'm like, but I didn't ask for unsolicited advice. Leave me alone and just hug me. I ain't seen you for a year. Wow. But like they just like to. Guys, I had the fluffer chasers, man. I met my ex-husband when I was a big girl. When I lost weight, I'm like, you're a chubby chaser, ain't you? He's just like, no. So like I was baffled. I'm like, so I went from like a size 22 bottom to like a size 10 when I was with him, and I'm just like, yeah, you're into them big girls, isn't it? Like big girls. He's just like, no, like I loved you. But I lost so much weight. I went from really big to like a size 8 top, size 10 bottom, but I had no shape. I went shoop. If you see on my Instagram,
I've seen your
reel.
Instagram.
I don't know.
I watched the reel. No, I watched the reel.
I just woke up one day and I thought, you know, I'm genuinely not happy. Even though I'm the funny fat friend, I'm actually not happy. Like I'm putting on this front of, you know, being cool to be this position. I started my position as a fat girl, funny fat girl. But then I didn't like clothes shopping. I didn't like going out to eat. I was very mindful that the people look at me and be like, oh, look at a big girl eating. Even if they didn't, that's how I saw it. I didn't go swimming because big girls shouldn't go swimming. I didn't wear certain clothes.
Is that your fault?
Yeah, that's me. I was punishing myself. I didn't wear certain clothes because I don't deserve to. I should wear oversized clothes and just dark colours. I mean, I still wear dark colours because it just works for me. But like, I never treated myself to anything because I was like, going until you lose weight. And then one day I was just like, I'm done. And I lost 6 stones in 6 months.
That's mental.
But I lost all my muscle because I did it all purely
but
for dieting.
did you feel weak from losing so much weight at once, or did you find it hard, or was it all right? Or
it was a absolute
that's for people
mind off. Like I remember when I came to, I bought some size 14 trousers as motivation. I was like, all right, one day I'll try them on. I'm too scared to try them on. When I finally got the courage to try them on, they were too big for me. But in my head, I was still the fat girl. Even to this day, when I make jokes about being a big girl, people look at me going, I beg you, shut up. I'm like, no, but you don't understand. In my head,
Yeah.
Do you still think you're fat now?
yeah, fully.
What?
Yeah, 100. Like, I think I'm doing okay. I've lost weight, but
Bruv, like...
Do you know what? I'm gonna look at Instagram. I need to know what you're talking
Nah,
about. 'cause
I'll
I
show
didn't
you
see
later.
it.
I
didn't
should show
see
you
it.
after.
Yeah, I didn't see it because
yeah.
you're saying that. You're saying you're reading now.
I was 16 and a half stones. What's this?
325.
Oh, we gotta go in it.
Yeah, I think you gotta go.
I got to go. Well,
Yeah.
Miriam's on her way. Shout out to Miriam.
She's coming here now.
No, she's meeting me out.
Oh, okay.
She's like, she literally said, I'm on my way. I'm so hungry. Oh my days.
That's mental. Yeah, I gotta see your thing.
Yeah,
'cause
we'll
that-
look at it
Wrapping
after.
But yeah, so I lost loads of weight through dieting, which I don't advise people to just simply do because you
What did
lose
you do, keto diet?
keto diet. You
Was it a
lose
lot?
all your muscle mass.
Was it a lot for you, like mentally?
No,
See-
once I was in it, I was like, I was unstoppable. You
See,
could
I'll-
put any food in front of me, I'd be like, bun you guys.
I was talking
I'm
to
on a roll.
Okay, say no.
dietitian, and they were saying that like if you stay on a keto diet, it can be like a heart attack waiting to happen. Though it can be quite dangerous
Well,
as well.
some people go into a keto diet because of the type of food
It's a
they
state
eat.
of ketosis, isn't it?
Yeah. So state of ketosis happens with athletes and stuff when you eat predominantly like fatty foods and very low carbs.
Mm.
So when you're having like avocados, cheese, eggs, protein, but you're not having heavy on the white, like the breads and the pastas and the rice, you tend to, with all the water you're taking, you get into a state of ketosis sometimes on a mild level. So ketosis isn't bad, but it's like being mindful that you're lacking nutrition. So having all the right stuff, because my hair started falling out. I was really tired for a while, but then my energy boosted. But because I lost all my muscles during the weight loss, I literally became this person.
What just?
I had no figure.
You just
I was like, I had like a slight forcing it kind of vibe. So then I had to then go from really big to really slim to where I am now.
That's mental.
So then I had to, my gym journey kind
But
of.
when you went that slim, wasn't you thinking, shit, what the fuck have I done?
No, I thought I can lose more weight.
Even if
Everyone had to stop me.
someone to stop you.
Yeah, mum's like, enough.
Swear.
Because in my head, I was like, no.
Was you
but
that thin when you went swim?
Yeah, I was a size 8. And
Eight?
yeah, size 8 top.
Fuck me, bro.
I could see bones. Ooh, like here.
Swear.
Yeah. Now I'm begging them, like, can I see my collarbone? Yeah. It's like,
Bro.
yeah, so I've accepted slims doesn't work for me. Big things doesn't work for me, so I'm trying to find a middle ground.
That's mental. See, if mum never stopped you, you'd win.
Yeah, my mum and my sister like were worried about you right now. Cause I was like, but I want to try to get to like this BMI. They're like, BMIs aren't real. Stop following BMIs. Like, cause your BMI will still tell you you're overweight. Like, cause if you're like you don't consider your bone mass and your muscle mass and all those other things. So right now I'm technically obese according to the BMI, cause I'm bottom heavy in it. So I have a lot of percentage of fat, but my percentage of fat is actually quite low for a woman. I'm like 23%, which is like on the fitness level, but it's just allocated in one area. So my BMI is still going, yeah, boo boo, you fat.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But
of
that can
challenges
be
for a
quite
woman.
dangerous though for people who follow that religiously, because they constantly look at it and that must fuck with their head.
So when people say, hey, but you've lost weight, I'm like, my scales are telling me I'm gaining. Like, because I'm obviously going to the gym, I'm getting muscle.
But I think you've got to remember, that's exactly what you got to remember though, because there's a footballer called Adama Traore. So this footballer used to play.
Gym, bro.
No. I know, but listen.
Go
So there's two footballers. He's just moved to Barcelona. He plays with another Dutch footballer called De Jong, who is fairly skinny, really skinny and small. He weighs more than Adama Traore. Adama Traore is built like this.
Yeah.
So De Jong weighs 74 kilos and Adama Traore weighs 72.
How that work? Was it a height?
Because
only
people
2
just
kilos.
assume
74,
because
72.
yeah.
That's mine.
No, but
that's
De
a
Jong,
whole poo-poo
but De Jong is
between
like
them.
skinny and Adama Traore is strong and big.
Yeah.
So people would assume that he's heavy, but he's not.
Yeah, I
He
hear
weighs
you. I hear
much
you.
more
But that's
less
I
than
think
me.
I've seen them, and so I understand that's the case. But sometimes, because I did the keto diet, I depended on the weights going down the scales.
Yeah.
But since gymming, I haven't gone down. I've gone down like maximum like 2 kilos. But people say I've gotten tighter, so I just have to stop ignoring the scales, because the scales are telling me I'm a fatty bum bum. So
It can be so dangerous.
So you're going to gym every day? Well,
7 days a week.
okay.
Every day.
Do you what? There's like, sorry, very quickly, so I know you got to go. You watch the.
Let's go.
There's a thing that you can watch on YouTube. I'll send you the link later on. Watch it. So there's a UFC fighter called Jorge Masvadel. So he's before one of his walk-ins to the fights, obviously to make weight, he had to do like 5 hours of burning weight off before the press conference. So they had to put him in hot towels, everything, basically cover him up to the point he's weak, like on the floor. They had to pick him up because they put him in a hot bath, steaming hot bath, took him out, then put him in this machine thing they had where he just basically sweat more.
This is water weight.
It's just water weight.
It's purely water weight.
When they took everything off, they had to pick him up because he was too weak to walk.
Yeah.
Just to make weight.
They've drained your life. But water weight is a temporary loss.
It's temporary loss,
for a lot of boxers and stuff, and
they'll do it to make scales.
Yeah, they have to reach.
And then afterwards, they can eat what they want. You can go and have a pizza afterwards.
Yeah.
To the fight. So it's like you can go in. You have to be that weight, but you could actually go into the fight mad heavy.
But I think as women, there's a lot of pressures to look a certain way.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And we'll run out of time in the next episode, isn't it?
Yeah, but, we're gonna do another one.
The narrative is being pushed more even now by like rappers. It's being set like just quickly. There's some guy, I can't remember who it was, with Chris Brown, and he said she's got new arse and new titties. She's a 10 now. So like even the men are pushing the narrative for women to get BBLs and to look perfect, and it's like women are dying under the knife now.
That BBL thing's was that they lift the bum up,
and
but people can get heart attacks and shit from that. I swear.
There's so many infections, there's so many stuff, but society is just like, yeah, I'm going to Turkey for a hairline.
Yeah,
loads
people
of hella
go
men
Turkey,
doing
bro.
like
Hairlines. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know we can't talk long on this, yeah. The thing with Instagram, yeah. Everyone went Turkey. Everyone had like a bandage.
I saw that one.
Oh,
and then a few weeks later, it was women with their bums in the air.
It was mental.
They couldn't sit on the airline because of their bum surgery.
Mad.
They'll literally sleep in with their heads, I think, on the seat and their bum just floating.
Yeah.
And it's just like no one thinks about these
It's
things.
mental now. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a lot of pressure, especially for someone like me who I'm trying to be as natural as possible, but then someone's telling me like, have you considered?
No, don't.
I'm like, no, I'm gonna say natural to the core.
Straight,
but
done though.
When you compare yourself to women who are completely snatched, who are completely whatever, I'm just like,
But you say that though, yeah. I feel like again, yeah, Instagram, women in general, whatever, like overseas women, yeah, like whatever, yeah. I feel like when it comes to they're old, whichever, but when they go gym, they don't really go gym like you. They're all like they got PT who's there like 24/7, and they got
some
like
people
other
have
stuff
the
like
money for
yeah,
that.
they got the money for it. So you got the money for it.
it.
It's different. You're actually sweating like going mad in the gym, but people like but let me pay 60 grand for and it's like wow, cool.
My final thing is, ladies, if you get a BBL done
Yeah.
and you start going gym, please don't claim that you got the results in the gym. Just put a disclaimer that you've done a BBL and you're maintaining it. Because there's a lot of women that are following you thinking that, I can get this in the gym. No, booby, you can't. Go Turkey, then go gym.
Be a liar.
Just own it. If you're going to be proud of a BBL, you're going to
I'll be real with you. That's influencers, bro.
No, but that's responsibility and accountability. Like, guys, we've got so much more we can talk about, but I got to go.
Yeah, I know.
Guys,
Alright, cool. Yeah, you know what it is. Waffletop Podcast, Waffletop PC for Instagram, Waffletop Podcast for Anchor, Spotify, all of that. Hebz, shout your socials out.
Y'all can catch me on I am Hebz with a Z on Instagram. And y'all can catch me on Mama Hebz on YouTube. And you got your visuals on Spotify.
She's American, y'all.
Apple Podcasts.
Straight California, man.
And my podcast, my co-hosts Fizz and Ben, is called Growing Up British with 2 H's, because we're not really
American.
British, because we're not white. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for having me.
Always.
I really feel like the title of this is going to be like a hot mess of titles. Like we don't know what we spoke about. We spoke about anything and everything.
Yeah. In a bit.
The buffet.
Peace.
Take care.